Play the clip. Right, now we have to now we have to say things because I'm recording.
Welcome to
Breaking weather report.
Vision News.
Raining boomerangs.
I don't know what Harry's screaming at the top of his lungs. Probably nothing important. Point is, melee scout grenade. First of all, our bingo list. That was one on there. But I think, as you also probably gathered, it's technically a boomerang, not a throwing knife. Although it's kind of weird. It's a bit like Yondu thing if you watch Marvel. But also, probably may have picked up that isn't really killing anything directly.
Well, this is why I kind of want to be a bastard, because it doesn't actually have to do melee damage, especially with the addition of electricity.
Melee
it doesn't
damage
have to do
might be the thing.
No, that's the thing,
kills
exactly.
it, but it might do it if you do kill it with it. Maybe like, if you were to hit that swarmer, it maybe could kill it, and you would get, well, you wouldn't get vampire because it's just a swarmer.
So
but, yeah,
what's the date? 9th of September. Dev stream. They previewed Scout's new grenade. Just the one.
Yeah.
It is obviously, as you can see, a boomerang with electric properties. Obviously not a normal boomerang. Hold on a second. This is also a drone. It's like just automatically just hitting things.
Yeah, I think the issue
Suck my dick.
This is something to worry about. Like, who is not going to use this?
Cryo grenade users.
Sure, but like this is like 4 grenades rolled into one. It's absolutely insane. It's going to be just a whale of a time just to watch. Like work.
It's just gonna be fun. Well, we don't know how many you have. I mean, you can guess at least 4, I suppose, because I don't think this would be like the way that this has been handled. It's not like, because the throwing knife thing was like, we were thinking if it was done in the way that we imagined, it's like 20, because they're just like single little knives.
He stated how this was gonna work. You might not have heard because you muted.
I did.
The thing.
No, I didn't have it muted. But once they were about to show it, I hadn't. It was unmuted until like now.
They talked about it after, and they didn't say much else other than the fact that the way that it works is that when you throw it, it will use a use of it. You only have one, but it has a charge, and when you throw it, it will use a charge. It'll do its thing, and it will come back to you, and then it will. I don't think it implied that it had a recharge, like Gunner's shield, but it just uses a charge every time you throw them.
I mean, it could have a recharge. That'd be interesting. Not to make it infinite, but that's just how it reloads, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, I imagine you can't throw another one while it's out, because you only have one of them.
That's okay. See, I was gonna say them just having it be a charge is just their way of having grenade ammo, but it still comes back to you. But yeah, I think that I forgot the point that you do specifically only have one because you couldn't throw multiple at the same time. Not that you'd need to.
Yeah. No, it's going to do a pretty good job, and when it comes back to you, you can then probably throw it again. And they never really specified for this, but we're probably looking at like 4 to 6 uses.
Well, yeah, that's the average, isn't it, for every grenade? Yeah, so it's no surprise there.
Yeah, but this is like a fairly interesting way of doing what a normal grenade can do. Basically, just an AOE status effect, but they've gone on a pretty interesting route with a boomerang electrical homing device, which is
well, what I want to know, I'm gonna have. Well, obviously, I'll play the clip again because just to see if there's any things to pick up on other than just watching it in motion.
First grenade teaser.
I think, I assume you're done, but I think it is worth noting that it does insta-kill
swarmers, which is a really big. Well, we can't tell exactly how many. And I think you could use this footage actually to tell how many enemies it can hit in a single flight.
The first one, didn't attack that many, or it did, but it did it a lot quicker. Because the first one, it was only like I think 5 or 6.
Well, it probably used up a
but
lot
it
of
hit, like, a range.
hits on swarmers very quickly.
Yeah, but with the second one with a ton of grunts, that looked like about 8 to 10 grunts got hit by it, and they are locked in a pretty. Wait, is that stun as well? That is right. Electricity just doesn't make things sit like that. It's stunned and electricked. Those grunts. You know what I mean? Point is, I mean, it kills swarmers, so it must do that much damage, or like I don't know, electricity does that much damage instantly. I'm not sure.
I think it can, because no, it probably does enough damage.
Yeah, so it might do like enough damage to kill a swarmer, but nowhere near enough to kill a grunt, and then it will stun and electrocute, and then move on to another target nearby, and it will just go along and do that until, let's assume, like 8, 10 maybe, and then it will come back to you
until September ends. Well, what we couldn't tell from that, and I tried to because there was a clip. The first half there was a Praetorian. I would assume though that it has a set amount of hits it can perform, but it must be able to perform those hits on like, you know, more than one on one enemy. Otherwise, unless the charges are done in a way where it's like a big number and it's your number of hits. And if there's only one enemy to hit, it will just come back to you and use like one bit of battery or something. If it doesn't do that, and there's a set amount of hits per flight, it would. If the only thing around is a single Praetorian, it's going to hit that Praetorian like 12 times, right? It must do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's unless it's a hidden like lock-on mechanic or something that we can't see because the HUD's disabled. So but that's more speculative.
Yeah. But that is a very strong out of the gate one where it merged basically like 4 ideas together.
It's a good start. It's a good start. Also,
but I do want to say this because it's not been said in an official way, just in this stream, that we are only getting 1 grenade per class.
Yes, that's right.
Dwarf.
That's right.
Yeah. Except they have stated that we are getting other things. They weren't really specific as what they were, but yeah, they kind of said that, you know, they only really did the guns in the previous ones, but now they're doing grenades and something else. So
yeah,
we could only really probably wait until they tease the grenades before we learn what they are, I imagine. But yeah, for now, that's Scout's new grenade. Well, obviously we didn't get I don't think we got an official name, but the thing is, I think they would put it on the Reddit probably once that post is up. Well, yeah, it's a boomerang, so I'm sure that'll be in the name, but that's not the full name. It's, you know, Sonic Boomerang or something. Yeah, or like Shocking Boomerang, some shit like that. But yeah, they did specifically call it a boomerang. It's not a like a, I don't know, like a fan name or anything. We're not just assuming. But yeah, I mean, I think it's worth note that it's using electricity, which I know the IFG does, and it's probably actually doing damage this time. But the Scout really loves electricity, and
it's his thing. It is. Yeah. It is. It's like we know that now. Well, not now, but it's like
we knew it before, but now it's doubled down even more so.
Oh yeah.
Now half of his grenades deal electricity.
So, but obviously this is a news report, which means we can just very brief, because you mentioned it, the other bit, they said there would be something else, some other edition. And I don't want to speculate, really, but it's just interesting that there's certain things that we know that isn't. So, Overclocks is in a bit of a weird place, because did they mention Overclocks during this stream? And that's not, they're not adding them. Because it's only in because it's only in the past that they mentioned that it was weirdly, it was like jokingly like that's like the last thing we'll add or something, but they're still always prototyping new overclocks. So
yeah, that even actually means that is the last thing they're going to add, or they know damn well they're about to add it.
Yeah.
So,
but then obviously perks is a no because that's something they want to probably look into in the future.
They mentioned this stream that they intend to, but not now. So we don't know what these other things could be.
I do have another idea, but I'm going to leave that for the stream.
Could be a podcast as well. What the other feature could be would just be something on a podcast at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
yeah,
I'm not going to bring it up here.
that was the new scout grenade. It's sad to know that we're only getting one, but what a one it is. I think you gotta give it that. You know, 4 grenades into one. At least 4 of our grenade ideas into one.
Well, no, it's not sad for me because they know just as well as us that that's not quite enough. So,
yeah.
You know,
Well,
I said that it would be disappointing no matter what if it's just one grenade, but I actually didn't consider other additions in the same department.
Well, yeah, it's because as I mentioned, they've never really had the leeway or time to use.
And I prefer this. Also, I would just like to say I like this is sort of what I didn't know I wanted. I think I prefer this to my idea of the throwing knife, or what the throwing knife, how it would have functioned, at least.
Yeah,
and it makes more sense for a boomerang, and also it's like, that's fine. Our boomerang's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, this is also. I think that's kind of why I didn't really like the boomerang, because it was going to be. It would have been really dumb to use like an actual boomerang. But the fact that this boomerang is really just that it will come back to you, and it kind of comes back to enemies, is really kind of the whole boomerang part. Not really actually how it's used. Like boomerangs don't do that. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good start.
It is definitely good. It's a good start. It's only downhill from here.
Well,
you can view our live reaction to this in the comments. It's unlisted because.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're done here. I'll play the clip one more time, and then we'll go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Wow, it's like in Bloons when you have the boomerang monkey and you get the glaive ricochet. Bye.